Do you know you have 30 minutes?
Are you kidding me?
30 minutes. 30, yes.
He gonna make sure I'm good. I got to sit here, but something had to be let loose. It's gonna be my hand or your hand. So it looked like I had to die to let you live. That's the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? So
This is for you haters.
We consider this person to be a flight risk. We have jail calls where he's talking about going to see his girlfriend in Florida, multiple times actually. We have a call where he was talking with his wife about going to stay in her boss's house. I'm going to leave out all the names here, as Mr. Lewis did as well, about her boss's house in Abu Dhabi, which is, of course, quite far away from here.
He's, as Mr. Majeski has stated, he's considered dangerous. There are several pending warrants that will be coming out that, based on their content alone, there's a great likelihood that he's someone who will commit further felonies. Furthermore, without mentioning the facts of the case in front of us, children were involved. The state is requesting a bond, knowing that he has to have a bond because it's been well over 200 days, a bond of $200,000 per count, giving us a grand total of $800,000 bond for the case involving the exploitation. There are 4 separate counts there. As standard, I would also request that there be an ankle monitor placed on Mr. Williams, as well as that he surrender his passport, not leave Fulton County, have no internet access at all, and no contact with any minors or animals. But again, he's met all the Ayala factors. He's a flight risk, as evidenced by phone calls that we've heard.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Judge, just one more thing. If the court is inclined to grant a bond on this, which would see him released, the state does have a number of people we would be requesting no contact with as well.
So speaking of no contact, Nesto can't help himself. It's like he can't keep his nose clean. And unfortunately, some of the people within his little small community and group will also do his dirty work for him. So let's get into this snippet from a phone call. And shout out to phone calls from prison. Thank you so much for allowing us to react to your original content.
hey, what's up, bro?
Hello.
How you doing today? You good?
What's going on, bro? I'm doing good. How you doing?
All right. I got to make it quick, so I'm trying to make my plays. So remember you tell me about Look Crazy. I need you to call Look Crazy and see if any activity been on their end today, and just tell them to stay all the way out the way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I already know it. I got you.
Yeah. Okay, but I definitely need to know that today. What time you think you can get back with me on that?
All right. Hit me up this evening by 7:30.
All right, I definitely need that. I'm good.
I got you.
All right.
I got you.
All right.
Cool. You got to keep going back and forth. I got you. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
You can hang up.
Also, to add icing to the cake, if you go down to the text messages, you see Sonia and Nesto set up how they were going to use infamous Sylvia into getting it out there to the public that his daughter, Lakeisha, is crazy. Now, she was not the only person added on this list to develop and get this narrative out there. However, we're going to stick with her because I'm reacting to her most recent live from yesterday, which was Saturday. And yes, I said Saturday. Look up the Pittsburgh accent. Anywho, so how did we get here? Now, if I'm going to tell the story, back in January 2024, Sonia and Sylvia were speaking behind the scenes because Sylvia wanted to interview Sonia. In my opinion, nobody asked me for, based off of Sylvia's energy when she was on the panel on the Tasha K show. Sylvia felt out of place, in my opinion, and looked out of place because I don't think she can really handle the attention being on other people when she wants to be the one with the exclusives. However, in my opinion, sometimes Sylvia comes across as socially awkward, and that is okay. So yes, Sylvia did look nice on her exterior, but her internal was given. She was uncomfortable. And I feel like maybe she was jealous that the others got more traction because their style of content is completely different than yours. And when you all shared that panel, Nyla and Fran gave Sylvia her flowers. And that let Sylvia know right there, it was a community. It was a team. It was a shared opportunity for everyone. And you go to each one of them for something pertaining to Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto Williams. You were boots on the ground. You were down at that courthouse. You pretty much had a key down to the courthouse. They need to just hire you on as an employee for something up in there at this point in time. And you had opportunity. However, I assume it wasn't good enough for you. That's what I assume because I can't speak on your behalf. But now we're here. So let's get into that. During this situationship with Sonya, Nesto, and Sylvia, Sylvia has a video of Lakeisha, Nesto's daughter, who is not in her best state of mind. I don't know what exactly happened in the video. I did not see it. However, she was used for a play, in my opinion, so that Nesto can continue his narrative to prove to the people that no matter what comes out about what she's accusing him of, we can't believe her because look at her. Look at how she behaves. She's crazy. So that means if you're crazy, you're also a liar. Whatever. Now, I recall most of us knowing that Lakeisha accused Nesto of SA. Now, I'm speaking for myself. I didn't know exactly what the allegations were. I just knew SA. But on April the 16th, we found out what happened from the police officer taking her statement of the 3 different times she accused her father of doing the unthinkable to her. So I can't even imagine what her written statement is going to look like because this is just a police officer saying what she told him. Most of us, I'm sure, had knots in our stomach. It made me sick to my stomach reading the details outlined in that report. And Sylvia, who is usually on the side with Sonya and Nesto, felt away. It was triggering for her, as she described during her life. She got very emotional, and it reminded her of what went on in her own childhood concerning her mother and how she was brought up and the things that her family had to deal with, which is not my story to tell. However, she wanted to involve Sonya, and that did not work out for her because we all know how Sonya operates. Anyway, phone calls were made, lives were had. Sonya says she doesn't believe Lakeisha. Sylvia is saying she does believe Lakeisha. And baby, here we are. The girls are fighting.
What is the tea? The girls are fighting. No!
But Sylvia said,
The thing goes
because the girls told me when I was live yesterday that Sylvia was live, explaining to the people that Sonya was.
Sonya is a wonderful person. I see her as a wonderful person. I see a loving individual. She has been such a sweet person to me. I see Sonya as a wonderful, beautiful soul.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute.
I love Nicki Minaj. She was here a couple of weeks ago. She's so beautiful. Her skin's so beautiful. I said, Nicki is so beautiful. Her nails. But she was so beautiful and so great. And she gets it. You know, more importantly, frankly, she gets it.
Woo, that'll do it. You don't have to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me.
So, honey, I took my tiny ass on over to the replay to see exactly what was going on because I know you're lying. And if you did not get a chance to catch her live, well, let me give you my recap. So pretty much as far as what was said, what did Sylvia say in reference to her sister wife? That's what they called one another and their relationship. Now, before she got into it, she wanted us to know that there are some things that she wants to repair and fix because the devil will keep reminding you, even though God forgave her, the devil will remind her each and every time. I'm paraphrasing. She lets the people know that many mistakes were made and her personal connections when giving the people the news, it was hard to remain neutral because she was getting information from one side in most of the cases. So she ended up on that side, in which we all know when you are on the side of the defense, 9 times out of 10, depending on what she's covering, there are some victims on the other side, okay? And the problem with that is you end up looking crazy depending on the crime that was committed, especially if it's quite obvious that the motherfucker is not innocent and is very much guilty. So she says what happens is when they're feeding her exclusives, for example, she does end up swaying over to that side. Now, I will say this. I feel like Sonia and Sylvia, they do not know what neutral means, but that's not what I'm here for. Not at this time, at least. She feels like if both sides were to feed her and give her some information and details, then it would be easy to remain neutral. Now, I'm pretty sure you all will have an opinion based off of what was just said, but that's what she said in a roundabout way. So now we are going to get into what Sylvia has said when it comes to the relationship she had with Sonya. Now I'm going to try my best to behave, but I can't promise you too much. Sylvia says that she does not regret developing a relationship with Sonya. She does not regret it at all. Now she gets into this portion of Sonya at the 18-minute, 10-second mark of her life, okay? She learned the type of person she is from a closer angle. Not the person she shows to the world, but she sees her as a compassionate individual.
Fuck, it makes me mad. Pisses me the fuck off every time I think about it.
Okay? She said that Sonya is a wonderful person. She has a shell that she puts on and it's a facade. And I understand that she's hurting. She's a hurting individual. And that's why I have compassion for her, is what Sylvia said. But what she can't do is turn off certain things that she heard. And she wants to be honest with you guys. She will never say that she regrets ever connecting with Sonya or getting to know Sonya, okay? She says, I'm not going to ever say that because what I see is a loving individual who, to me, is somewhat of a victim herself. I have nothing bad to say about Sonya. I enjoyed my connection with her. I enjoyed learning about her. I mean, she has been a sweet person to me. I have nothing to say bad about her at all. So if anyone takes this and clips this, I'm going to stand on my truth. Once again, she says, Sonya is a wonderful person, and I'll never take that away from her. But she also, like all of us, have dealt with something in life that caused us to be a certain way, have us be drawn to certain things and not the other things. You understand what I'm saying?
Before you ask me what you want to ask me, ask yourself, is this some bullshit?
Now, that's not me asking you all if you understand what I'm saying. This is Sylvia's words, not mine. Sylvia continues and she states that I don't know her journey as far as everything that has gone on in her life, just like she doesn't know the journeys I have gone through, why I make the decisions that I make. Not everyone is going to agree with how I handle things. And not everyone will agree with how she handles things. And I understand that she has to protect herself, and I as well have to protect myself. But I'm more transparent than the average person. And I don't mind sharing everything about me. It's best to hear my story from me. And she asked her audience, you get what I'm saying? So I understand YouTube, internet is social media, y'all. And folks are going to make a story of whatever is happening. Sylvia continues and she says, I'm going to tell you from me, for me, I see Sonya as a wonderful, beautiful soul.
You smoking deep fried dang-a-lang through a dry rotted swisher if you think you about to stress me the fuck out. It just ain't gonna happen. I got enough shit on my plate other than having to worry about your bullshit.
Who I pray for, who I have seen the pain that she has gone through, who I admire. I admire her strength. I admire her tenacity to stand in the face of adversary when everyone is against her. I stand on that. She's a wonderful soul, and I'll never, ever bash her. I understand she might be hurt. She did ask me to stay neutral. And this is why we developed a connection, because she asked me to stay neutral. And listen, I was trying to be neutral as possible. But when certain things you hear, my part of trying to be neutral went out the window.
Okay, now wait just 1 second, glasses.
And I explained to you all why. I had a mother go through this. So now Sylvia gets very emotional. She starts to cry. And it's hard to understand what she's sort of saying because she's getting all jumbled up. And she says that she understands Sonya might be upset, but I moved from being neutral. I just can't be neutral anymore. She does speak a bit more about her mother, which, once again, that is not my place to tell that story. You have to go over there to listen to the story. So after she gets into the story about what went on with her mother and her childhood, she lets us know that she was trying to be neutral as possible, but I also have a channel too.
Just my finances. Like the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
And part of my channel was, to grow it and have views and all of that, right? And me making the decision to stick with Sonya and to stick with, trying to do that, I was going through a turmoil.
Do you need some money?
I was going through what was being said to me, how people were attacking me, all different things. But then I wanted to be loyal, right? I guess loyal because she's given me, I guess, what you call exclusives. And I thought I would be like, oh, I got the upper hand, But then I realized that it was more like selling your soul to the devil. And was the truth coming out of all of this? Now, around this time, Queen Tulsa hits the link. She gets on the panel. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I just met Queen Tulsa via Houston Foodie when Houston Foodie referenced her about the 2-hour phone call that she had with Sonya. I'm not familiar with who Queen Tulsa is. And since I'm not really familiar with her and whatever relationship that they have behind the scenes, baby, listen, I'm going to stay on out of that part. Okay, you all can feel free to get down in the chat and give your opinions and your thoughts about that. Once again, I'm unfamiliar. I don't know if Queen Tulsa has a ongoing behind the scenes relationship with Sonia and Sylvia. So, when you go over there, if you go over there, you will hear what Queen Tulsa had to say, which, if I can summarize it, she was just speaking life and positivity and letting Sylvia know that everything was going to be okay. And of course, she had the chat as well. So she did have people to support her. But during this time, she also had to rebuke some people in the chat in the name of Jesus because she did not have time for the negativity. That's what she said. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I mean. Now, this is when she got into Nesto. And what she said about Nesto was she sees how selfish he is. The selfishness of Nesto is exactly what she said. She says, I was going to the jail to pray for him.
Let's bow our hearts for prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for the...
And some of you guys noticed that my intentions were pure when I first started doing this. Now, she does admit she got lost somewhere because it turned into her having that upper hand over other YouTubers, getting the exclusive and whatnot. But when God started using Sister Sylvia and started seeing while she was there praying, there was one time she felt that the devil was standing there just laughing at her. And she does ask you all, you understand what I'm saying? Now, I will have to interrupt you and say, I think. But y'all let me know what you think in the chat. Did you ever have the devil laugh at you in your face? She continues and says, you might have thought I stopped visiting him because he asked me to stop visiting him. No, it was the day that I saw the devil laughing at me. And she had to ask God to reveal to her exactly what she needs to see. Okay. And this was, once again, around the time when Sylvia had to say a prayer to rebuke distractions and naysayers in the chat. She said now, as she was saying, because she lost her train of thought. Y'all done made her lose her train of thought. She can't remember what the hell she was talking about. And she also had some liquid and some fluids escaping her nostrils. She wiped that on her shirt. And she said again that she saw the devil laughing in her face. I think this is the time for me to insert. Do you mean that when you sat across from Nesto, he was the devil?
Forgive me, Lord. But today, I'm going to salute my motherfucking self today.
I don't know. She didn't say that, but that's what I assume if I were to take control of the story. Neutral is the winner chicken dinner in this live that she did host today. And I will say this, if I want to say one thing, I don't believe you all know what neutral means, and that is okay. Hopefully someone close to you and nearby will let you know, well, Sylvia, darling, no, baby. This is what neutral is. What you did was pick a side. And since you are a grown woman, it is okay to stand in the decision that you made and the side that you chose. Often when we come out and we take some accountability, we want to be very, very careful when we also at the same damn time decline the ownership of that same accountability that you're trying to take. You will gain more respect, not from everybody, because there's just a lot of people not willing to go. But you also have people who can understand what you went through when you told your mother's story and what you went through as a child. And they won't use the things that you have done on the people's internet against you. They will wipe that whiteboard clean, forgive you, and allow you to have a clean slate. But this is what is going to piss the people off. Regardless of who she was behind the scenes, when Sonya didn't know those phone calls were going to be placed on the YouTube, we did not hear a person behind the scenes speaking to Edith and Shirley's husband as someone that you describe as a wonderful, loving, compassionate person. Okay? But that is your opinion and your experience with her. Now, I said I'm going to behave. So therefore, that is what I'm going to do. And baby, I will say this. Sometimes if I have exchanged maybe some secrets and maybe we were up to no good behind the scenes, I would keep that same energy as well. Oh, she's a wonderful, beautiful, well-spoken, educated, God-fearing woman. I love her. We might be at odds right now, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. That was my little evil laugh. I hope it didn't disturb anyone. I'm sorry, Sylvia. Unfortunately, I cannot attend and I cannot RSVP to that bullshit that you spewed about Sonya. I would rather mop the goddamn ocean. She also says she does not care what Sonya is saying about her right now. None of that matters. She's still not going to bash her. Okay, so that's pretty much all I got. She also wants to let you all know, no new friends, because you can't trust no damn body. Okay, so that is my recap of what had happened. Not everything, because baby, that's a 3-hour live. And y'all know good and damn well. So will Sylvia get a chance from the audience that used to support her to show you better than she can tell you? Do you have any tips for Sylvia to win her audience back or to move forward without getting caught up so that the people don't throw it back in her face and say, I told you so? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I know some people, honey, are going to definitely speak their mind. But I did notice in her comment section, I do see her taking some accountability. But somebody will say, it's all an act. It's fake. It's a lie. So you guys, yeah, let's get down in the comments and chat. I'm so behind on my comments right now, so I do apologize for that in advance. Y'all have an amazing evening. It is 10:57 p.m. Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Unfiltered Doll Reactions.
All right, Slash.
I wish you worked the phone. Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south, I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't